Yo, what up, guys? So, where have I been? It's been a while. Well, you know what's weird? I cut back on video games and have been out of the space of gaming news for quite some time. I've just been really busy. I've been training for a jiu-jitsu tournament for the past 100 days, and let me tell you something that the training paid off. I took home double gold at blue belts in intermediate, so it did not go to waste at all. So thank you guys very much for patience while I went off on a side quest. Then aside from that, while I was doing that, I was working on a lot of different side projects, and I never really watered this plant. So that's why this channel has been dying out, is because when you make a goal for yourself to play less video games, of course your gaming channel is going to really take a hit. But I'm back with some what could be good news for the Nintendo fan base, because Nintendo does not have the best of track records of having a good reputation with its customer base, especially with the Switch 2. I'm pretty sure a lot of us have not bought it still. I stand on it that I have not bought it just because I didn't really see much. And, that's actually the thing with a lot of new, consoles like Xbox, PlayStation, whenever there's like a new one around, and this was before like Game Pass and digital games, like when Xbox was switching to Xbox 360, and then you had Xbox 360 switching to Xbox One. There just wasn't a whole lot of video games, to transfer over. There wasn't a whole lot of new releases on a lot of these ones. But now with Game Pass, it's kind of like polished over, because everything you have on the previous consoles, you're going to have on the new ones, and it's all digital. So I think things have kind of changed, and the gaming landscape of releases has completely gone over. But with like the Switch 2, they don't have a whole lot of features to really offer at the moment that's really going to incentivize people paying that much for a new console. That and video games have become way more expensive just overall, which I get. But I think that's about to change. I think we're actually going to see that shift, because there is apparently a Zelda 40th anniversary coming out. Now, it's all speculation right now of what they're going to do. Now, obviously, I think we're all agreeing on consensus that it's a given. Ocarina of Time remake is going to be on there. And I think this opens up the gate for, this is my wish list, or what I think honestly they should do, and I think they should boil it down to 5 games remastered. And I'm going to get into this real quick. Ocarina of Time remake, Majora's Mask remake, Wind Waker HD, Twilight Princess HD, Skyward Sword HD, and then release that all in one package. Now, yes, I do like Skyward Sword. I get a lot of flack for that. Oh, you actually like that? Yes, I do. I think that it was different. It was very linear, of course. But as far as Zelda games, I know it wasn't the best one out there, but it got the job done. It told a really good story, and it was a good origin story. So, you know what? I love Skyward Sword. I'm sorry. I can't hate it. But this would be good because it would mimic that. You remember that Zelda anniversary that came out with like GameCube around the time of the Wind Waker, where you had Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Zelda 1 and 2, and then you had like the 8-minute demo of the Wind Waker? That would be the perfect groundwork for this piece of work that they could put out there that could really drive home for Nintendo audiences. I just feel like that's not too much to ask for, and I think it would definitely be worth if they released it for like $50 or $60. Knowing Nintendo, I don't think it's going to go below the 60 cap, but I really don't think that it's justifiable to release this thing for like $90 for a copy of that. Because if they were to go for a $90 retail price, I'm pretty sure that no one would want to buy this, and then it would completely backfire. Also, specifically for Twilight Princess HD, if they were to go with the plan that I think that they should do, for Twilight Princess HD for the Wii U, they had one problem, is the map flip was difficulty specific. Meaning if you want to play on the GameCube map, you had to play normal difficulty. If you want to play on the Wii map, which was flipped, then you had to play on hero mode. I think you should be able to choose the difficulty and the map flip, just because I do believe that, people should be having the right to choose, because some people played GameCube versions, but other people played the Wii version. So it should fit whoever is comfortable with whatever. So if they made that small tweak, I think that they could really perfect Twilight Princess HD. And honestly, if you look at the framework for how Skyward Sword HD went with the motion controls, if they were to do something similar with Twilight Princess HD, I mean, obviously it's not a Wii Motion Plus game and you just flick the controller and then all of a sudden you probably get a swing or something, like it's going to mimic the Wii controllers. And I think then obviously you can definitely justify, having the Wii flip on either normal mode or hero mode. But just something to think about. So if any Nintendo executives are watching this, I honestly think that just take this into consideration. You don't have to do exactly as I say. I know that you guys make the games, you guys make the products, but I'm just one fan talking, hoping that I could get my word out there, because I would like to see Nintendo get back in some good graces with the fan base. I am being very overly optimistic that one day we could get back to the glory days where game companies and game consumers both lived in harmony, and I see more division than coming together in that realm. And I'm not willing to give up hope just yet, but specifically with Nintendo. And look, I know that Nintendo has had track records, some of its fans taking property and, getting in a lot of trouble with it, rightfully. But I do think that the overreach for Nintendo and how they've been cracking down on all fans altogether sometimes, I think a lot of it's not warranted. And, I get it. Like, companies have the right to protect their products and everything like that. But at the same time, it could be helpful when you have a lot of people sharing, what is already out online, because then you just have free marketing. You're literally having the community market and talk about it and buzz about it for you and do all the work, like, channels and everything like that. But enough side rambling and getting on the soapbox. That's just my wish list for Zelda 40th anniversary. And again, I thank you guys very much for being patient with me uploading something for once. I know it's been a long time, but my life kind of took a crazy spin, and it has woken me up, and I really had to prioritize a lot of projects, and this project was kind of on the back burner. So this is a plant that I tend to water a little bit more, but other plants took priority, and I really watered a lot of those, and those ones are coming to fruition. So hopefully when those ones come to fruition and the goals come about the way they're going to be coming about that I foresee, then I could spend some time growing this one too. But I got to really, sharpen up one tool before I move on to the next one, because I have for the past few years scattered these things, and focusing on one has really helped, or 2 or 3 at a time. I can't juggle 4, but I think that once I finish sharpening up those tools, these next secondary ones will be next on the list of things to bust on, and I'm looking forward to it. But other than that, thank you for welcoming me back, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out, and let's go.